everybody, I'm Miss Fisher.
And I'm Miss Marcella.
Today we're going to do a math lesson using manipulatives. By the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to say, I can identify and sort shapes.
But wait a minute, identify, sort, what are those words? Well, don't worry, you're going to know. So identify means when we look at an object and we look at its characteristics and say, what are you? And then when we know what it is, we can sort it. So we're going to pull up our key terms and we're going to show you what the words you're going to learn today.
This looks like a lot of words, doesn't it? But I think you'll be surprised to find out that you already know a lot of these words.
We can already cross off these two, identify and sort, because I just told you what they meant. And there are a couple of these words on here like triangle and square you may have heard before, but not really know in depth what it means. But don't worry, you're going to know all these words and be that much smarter.
So our words that we're going to learn today are more than, less than, the same as, identify and sort,
graph, triangle, square, hexagon, rhombus, or diamond. So we're going to do a little activity.
So today you're going to work with a partner, and at each of your tables you're going to have a blue cup, just like this one, filled with manipulatives. So the manipulatives are going to be all of these shapes.
At your desk you'll also see this graph. We have a little model of the graph that you're going to be using on our board here. You and your partner are going to look at your graph and then look at the objects that you have picked out of your cup and sort and categorize them.
So I want you and your partners to take turns scooping a handful of shapes out of your cup. Once you get a good handful, I want you to lay them out on your desk and spread them out so that you can see each one.
When you look at each one, really feel them, move them around, and then get a sort for them. So let's talk about the shapes up here first. So we have a blue diamond. A blue diamond has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has 2 points that are very tall. Then we have this triangle. It has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And it has 3 points.
Next, we have a square. A square has 4 equal sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when I say that a square has equal sides, it means that each side is the same size. Last, we have a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. Let's count them just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Now that has more than sides than the others, and these have the same equal amount of sides, and this has the smallest amount of sides.
We're already using some of our vocabulary words.
So when we're going on and you're going to pick up at your tables, you're going to look at each shape and you're going to look at it and notice things about it. So this yellow hexagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So if you remember, we said that the hexagon has 6 sides. And if you can't remember from that, another strategy you can use is to compare. So that one doesn't look like this one, and this only has 4 sides, and this has 6, so it can't be that one. This one has 3 sides, and this one has 6, so it can't be that one, and it also doesn't match. This one has 4 sides, and this one has 6, and it doesn't match, so it can't be this. But this one has 6 sides, this one has 6 sides, and it matches, so it must be a hexagon. So you're going to take that and put it on your graph under hexagon. Our next one is going to be a square. So let's try and do the matching strategy. Doesn't match. Doesn't match. A perfect match. 4 sides, 4 equal sides. So it must be a square. Then we have the triangle. This one has points, but this has 4 and this has 3. But this one has points and has 3, so therefore it must be a triangle. And our last shape to identify. What is this one? It has 4 sides and 2 points. It must be a rhombus or a triangle. So go ahead and put it on your graph. So I'm going to go ahead and sort the rest of these, and then we'll compare how many we have of each shape. So I have one more hexagon, one more hexagon, one more hexagon. So I have 4 hexagons. Then I have one rhombus, another rhombus, another rhombus, Okay? and another rhombus, and then our last rhombus. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rhombuses. And we're going to count the ones under the line, not the one up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 2 more squares. So I'm going to add, so we'll have 3 squares. And then we have 3 more triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Now, if you look at our graph, I'm starting to see some patterns. What about you, Jaci?
I definitely see some patterns. So I think we should start by counting what we have on our graph. And remember, we're only going to count the shapes that are underneath the line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hexagons, 1, 2, 3 squares,
1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rhombuses or diamonds.
So when we look at this, we can see that there are lots of different numbers on our graph. So we have 4 hexagons and only 3 squares. So I can say that we have more hexagons than we do squares. What do you see?
I see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4 hexagons, so they are equal to each other. And then I notice that there's a lot of diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that is more than the rest of the shapes. I think we got all our words.
I think we did. Let's double check and see what we did. So, we were able to use more than. We were able to see which ones had less than other shapes. We even had 2 categories that were the same as each other. We identified our shapes. We sorted them.
We had a graph that we each used. We used one and you used one. We had a triangle. We figured out what a triangle was, what makes a square, what makes a hexagon, what makes a rhombus or a diamond / rhombus. So you learned all of these words. Pat yourself on the back.
Good job, everybody. And now we'll take turns each showing our graphs and compare all of our partner graphs to the other partners and see what
we got. Because it's all, when we sort and scoop, there's a random amount of numbers. So every scoop you get is going to be different from your partner. So maybe they got more triangles than anything. Maybe they got more squares. Maybe no one got any diamonds. So let's all compare what we have.
Good job, everybody.